Hi, and welcome to another video of Project GHOUL. In this video, we will be doing a Kagune tier list based off my experience as a tester and as a very active player. To start off, I'd like to mention that this is my opinion and that you are not to agree with it at 100%. Simply doing this to share a bit of my experience with the new players that are now coming into the game, so without further ado, let's begin the tier list video. The first Kagune we will be rating will be Higemaru's. I personally believe that this Kagune could be somewhat useful for farming, but even then it lacks damage, and the skill cooldowns are rather high for the low amounts of damage that it does, which for me, makes Higemaru a C-tier Kagune. Moving now into the next Kagune. The next Kagune we will be rating is Jason's Kagune. I personally find this Kagune somewhat decent due to the Kagune having a movement skill and an all-around one. However, considering that the last skill is rather useless in PvP and perhaps too slow for PvE, I believe that Jason fits the B category, yet with potential to achieve A tier if a rework ever happens on the third skill. Moving now into the next Kagune. The next Kagune we will be rating is Kobayashi's. This Kagune is really good for farming due to its range, however, terrible for PvP due to the incredibly slow skill animations, probably being the second worst Kagune after Higemaru's. Moving now into the next Kagune. The next Kagune we will be rating is Cousin's. Cousin's Kagune is pretty overpowered when it comes to PvP, since its grab has a frames that make you invulnerable to any incoming attacks or something that had been previously launched upon you, allowing you to extend your combo with the slam skill right after. This makes Cousin really strong for PvP and it is currently one of the most popular Kagunesh used among ghouls. Moving now into the next Kagune. The next Kagune we will be rating is Kobayashi's. This Kagune is really good for farming due to its range, however, terrible for PvP due to the incredibly slow skill animations, probably being the second worst Kagune after Higemaru's. Moving now into the next Kagune. The next Kagune we will be rating is Kaneki's Kagune. This Kagune is really good due to all of the skills being multi-hit, alongside counting with an frame on the last skill that, if timed, can make a huge impact on the match. I personally believe that this Kagune deserves the A tier due to the multi-hit skills that can easily break your opponent's block and due to the existence of frames in the last skill. Moving now into the next Kagune. The next Kagune we will be rating is GHOUL. Overall, GHOUL is not a bad Kagune due to its really high damage and sync control on the second skill. However, the C skill completely ruins this Kagune as you cannot move while using it, making you extremely vulnerable to other players. I believe that despite this, GHOUL still deserves an A due to the other skill's high damage, but not even close to an S. Moving now into the next Kagune. The next Kagune we will be rating is Tuka's Kagune. This Kagune is really good to the frames and really high damage that the last skill has. Aside from it, the shards that Tuka's Kagune shoots have aim assist, which makes them slightly easier to hit. This Kagune is currently on par with Cousin and it's being used by many ghouls that consider it one of the strongest if not the strongest Kagune in the game right now. Moving now into the next Kagune. The next Kagune we will be rating is Uri's Kagune. This Kagune is another Kagune that I find somewhat decent, it's neither too good or too bad. The moves look decent for both PvP and PvE. I personally believe it fits into the B tier category due to how balanced it is. Moving now into the next Kagune. The next Kagune we will be rating is the Yasuhissa Kagun. Despite being epic in rarity, this Kagun's animations are really slow, which allows your opponent to block them really easily. I still believe this Kagune will get a rework or improved in the next update, so if you have it, don't spin it. However, for now, this Kagune is in my opinion B tier due to how easy it is to predict and perfect block its moves. Moving now into the next and last Kagune. The next Kagune we will be rating is the Fueguchi Kagun. Both the first and last skills of this Kagun are complete garbage, and it's at most useful for PvP. I personally believe Fueguchi's Kagun remains as a C tier 1. And with this, we conclude our Kagun tier list video. I hope you have enjoyed and that my experience helps you choosing the Kagune that better fits your playstyle. I also want to thanks the massive feedback I've been getting, as I never thought I'd be going this far. Thanks everyone that watches and that like my videos. Grypper out.
Shit's bombastic, fantastic. Can't fuck with me, but got large asses. The shit you spitting is coming out like all static. I'm in a penthouse, bitch. You're on your mom's mattress. Now listen, bitch, turn the knob, tune in. You're gonna lose this battle like a fish with no fin.